Hello guys, STORMCOOPER here. We are carrying on from when we left off. Again, we are in Fallout 4 and we're having a nice little chat and discussion and just about some random stuff, just in the general gaming world, just trying to dodge a mine there, almost died. And yeah, so hello dudes and dudettes, I hope you guys are all good. If you guys are liking these videos, again, please leave a comment below. And I think a nice good question is, Dave, when did you actually start gaming?
Oh, you really want to know? I started gaming when I was 4.
Right,
Now,
now some people
well,
might
when I
not be
was
able to tell
4,
how old you are.
yeah. So, so when I was 4, Space Invaders had just come out on the Commodore
Wow.
VIC-20.
Okay. So we're going back
So, I've been playing games for 36 years.
36
So,
years.
a 36-year-old gamer,
Just to
and
wow. So just so that people understand that, that's 15 that's 14 years more than I'm actually alive.
exactly.
So that if that doesn't like kind of like make you aware of how long Dave's been gaming, that just proves it right there. So what is it about
Especially,
gaming that has caught you since from such an early age, clearly?
it's just the escapism, isn't it? It's just to get away from normal everyday life, to be
Totally.
a superhero, a supervillain, use your brain, solve puzzles, go on adventures.
Yeah, totally. Love the
It's,
puzzle games.
exactly, it's much better than just watching boring old TV when you can actually control the TV.
That's right. I always see a game as like an amazing TV show or amazing film, but that you're in, that you're really a part of, that you're really choosing how that story goes. I totally agree
Exactly.
with you there. Yeah, totally. So Space Invaders, that was the first one for you, or was it Pong? Which one were you actually playing?
No, Space Invaders first,
Space
and I
Invaders.
actually learned a really. I mean, you know Space Invaders, don't you?
Oh, of course. Who
You,
doesn't?
you should. Well, I actually learned a really interesting fact about that the other day. If you want
Go
to know.
on. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay. So you know the idea is to shoot all the aliens as they're coming down,
Oh
and
yeah,
the more that you shoot, the faster the aliens get. Correct?
totally.
Okay. Now back in the day, the only reason that the aliens were getting faster was because every time you shot an alien, you freed up a little bit more processing power.
All
So there's
right.
basically less sprites on the team. So the only reason it was really, really fast is because the computer wasn't having to like calculate all the faces of the other aliens. So it wasn't an intentional speed up. It was just
Oh, it's
it was
just the
just on
way it
an
was. It's just the way it was programmed.
yeah. So it's an accidental glitch which actually made the game. So interesting
Totally.
fact
I
of the day.
mean, yeah, there you go. The more you know, as they say. Totally. Love those old little retro games and everything. They're remaking a lot of them as well. I mean, I think one of the best films that I believe you showed me at some point was Pixels. Not so much for the
Yeah.
storyline. The actors were like, yeah, they were okay, and the film overall was pretty good. But to see literally all your retro games come to life in that kind of fashion, what I mean, that was really cool as well. I really loved that kind of,
It,
and the Space Invaders theme was there throughout. So you must have loved that film.
yeah, it brought back some memories. I mean, it was quite going around to like a lot of the old Nintendo games and the Donkey Kong stuff. I mean, I was a more of a Commodore, Sony sort of person. I didn't really like Nintendo or Sega, so but it's still all good fun.
Speaking of Sony, obviously you're on the PlayStation 4 at the moment. Do you have a preference over Sony, or are you okay with Microsoft? Do you like the Xbox or anything like that? Have you ever had one?
I think it's all up to your upbringing, because when I started on the Commodore VIC-20, you then progressed up to the Commodore 64, then you went to the Commodore Amiga. Then after, if you had an Amiga, you would more than likely go to like the PlayStation 1. If you were the other sort of people who started on the Spectrum, you'd go on the ZX Spectrum, then you'd go on to like the Atari ST, which will then make you
Wow,
go
the
on to like
Atari, that is
the X.
classic.
Exactly. And then from the
Wow,
Atari, people went like PC Microsoft. So
it's
it,
it is
it's still like
strange
a path you take.
because they
I mean,
are these consoles are they're so retro now, and they are
mm,
so like expensive as well because they are collectibles. And to think, when I think back, I still think the PlayStation 1 was retro, and that came out when I was a kid. So the fact that the Atari, which was so basic in its design and stuff like that, and its gaming, if that came out today, it'd be laughed at. But at the time, was it like, did people just go nuts for it? Were people just lining up in the streets to buy it, like today's gaming?
well, I don't actually remember people lining up the street, but I remember when it was all cassette-based games. There was computer game shops just full of cassettes everywhere. I think the average Premier game there was about £6, and it was
Six
still
pounds.
everyone rushing out to get their pocket money. You know, you didn't mind if you had to wait 45 minutes for the game to load, and it's just like watching the loading
45
screen.
minutes. Dear oh
And that,
dear.
and then you'd have some adventure games where you get to a certain point of the game, it's say, okay, turn the tape over, rewind to the like, start of side 4 and press play, and then spend another 45 minutes loading a little fight. After that little fight, you're gonna put a different tape in and get back to where you were.
Oh wow. See, I
It was
don't think kids of
interesting.
today would like would take that, would actually have to go through all
No.
that to experience the game, which is a shame.
No, but you can get all like the retro games on your phone now, so there's lots of ones with the retro graphics, which so you can actually appreciate what it's like. I mean, when I go through the old retro magazines and you see all the games there, you actually realise I've played thousands of games, and you can name every one of them. It is
Oh,
quite
that's amazing.
scary. It's good as well. It brings back some good memories.
Oh, of course,
But then
especially if it's been in your
sound like
life
an
for
old
so
man.
long. Well, you're getting there. You're moving on in life, but I wouldn't call you old. Um,
No.
what was I gonna say? Yeah, so with the older games, especially compared to the new games of today, I know you've got a lot of love for the older games, and obviously having to wait that long for these certain types of games and it all being cartridges. Do you prefer the classic stuff, or are you literally there at the doorstep for the new games just as much as you were for the old ones?
Well, with the classic retro ones, you get ones that you could like pick up, have a play for an hour, and get a good fix from it. With the newer games now, you need to invest so much time on them, and like, you know, when you get to my age, you've got responsibility, so you
That's right.
can't do 24/7 games anymore. You sort of like get every few hours as and when you can. So
You were
it
certainly a busy
depends on you.
man, yeah.
So you need your quick fixes, but stuff like Fallout's caught me. But then, like I said, I've been playing Fallout since April. I mean, other people would have like finished it long time ago.
Yeah, totally. I mean, if I had stuck with this, I'd probably be completed it by now, but unlike you, I kind of get lost in a mirage of different games. And I think, as you guys recently, if you checked out the other videos, you noticed the Dark Souls 3 game, and I fell in love with that, smashed that to pieces, and completed it 3 times straight. It was just so good. And I feel with like Fallout, I feel like Dave's actually doing the best thing for it, because I feel like once you complete a game like Fallout, you don't restart it. It's one of those that you experience it the once, you take a lot of time with it, you scour it with a fine tooth comb, and then you enjoy what you've got out of it. Whereas Dark Souls is very replayable. I just feel like Fallout isn't. What do you think? Do you feel like Fallout's a replayable game? I mean, especially with the new
I
survival mode. I mean,
I've tried a little character on a survival mode, and it is a bit of a brain change sort of thing. You need to really change the way you play. You've got to be a lot more careful. You got to save a hell of a lot more, because when I tried it, I did a good 3 hour stint without saving, only to die, and it sort of like
and that's it. You lose all of
really
it.
really upset me. But then there is another way they recommend you should play it, and it's like a proper real hardcore mode. It's like you play a game on survival, but you only let yourself have one life. So if you die,
You
that's
have to
it. You start a
literally
brand new
restart.
character.
Wow. I mean,
Literally see how far you can get.
that is true hardcore mode. That is literally doing it properly. But I wonder how many people actually got through it. It's literally shooting somebody, running away, shooting somebody, running away. I feel like it'd
Yeah, you've
take
got to be
forever
really
to
careful.
complete.
And it's also watching out for all the traps and everything. It does make me sort of think I could try doing some videos on that.
Yeah, totally. I mean, there's such a large selection you can do with Fallout alone, let alone the other games that you can add to your list there. So, what are the specifics of survival? You have to eat every day, and you can only save in like when you're sleeping, right, or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, you have to eat all the time, you have to drink all the time. If you take a stim pack, it makes you thirsty, so you need to drink, so you've got to make sure you've got clean water. If you've got dirty water, you get radiation. To treat your radiation, you need Radaway. If you have your Radaway, you get thirsty, so it's a bit
So it seems like all your
going on cycle.
medication, you pretty much need
Exactly.
fluids afterwards.
Yeah, and if you don't sleep, you get tired, and all your stats go down, and then you become an insomniac, and it's really interesting. Plus,
Wow.
you can get monsters, like when you get attacked by insects or monsters, they can then infect you. You need to take antibiotics. It's proper hard work. Plus, you do less than half normal damage, and everybody else does more than double damage. So it's quite on the edge of your teeth, and most importantly, ammo
See,
has got a weight.
that would just fuck me up through the whole game. I don't think I'd be able to survive that.
Exactly.
Oh,
I mean, because if I'm just going through my menus at the moment, if I look at my ammo at the moment, I'm a whole army at the moment. I mean,
yeah. And if
I've
you were
got
on
100.
survival, you wouldn't be able to carry
Yeah,
that for sure.
yeah. I've got 109 missiles in my pocket.
109. So clearly you've been through this game quite a lot, and I think you said earlier you had like 100 stin packs or something like that. So you're pretty much
Oh
going
god.
into any situation and walking out pretty much alive and happy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
It
what I'm
just
going to do is I'm going to end this video here and we're going to carry on into the next one. I've just come up on this amazing looking location, this kind of, I think it says Vega, and it's like a power plant. Everything's all lit up. It looks really cool. So we're going to be checking that out in the next video along with chatting with Dave. So I will see you in the next video.